Hello, good evening. Welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. We're playing Wrath and Glory for a slightly different Warhammery feel. This is the Bellerophon Index, Session 3. Wrath and Glory is Warhammer 40k. Joining me this evening are my usual band of horrendous miscreants, all of whom are very, very faithful to the Emperor, especially his most faithful servant, Aaron.
That is correct. Sakar Rez is becoming educated in the ways of the Emperor, and he fully intends on doing whatever it takes and worshiping in whatever way he has to make sure that the good father and the good sister don't put him on a funeral pyre while he's still alive. But he did start out as an underhive ganger, an info broker, tagger, and scrounger for the Fagin Twists gang. He's anywhere between 14 and 18 years old. He is now the richest he's ever been in his life because he's got a monofilament knife and an armored flak jacket. And he is excited to be outside of the hive for the first time in his life. He never thought it was going to happen, but he's also equally terrified of it.
Yeah, and what more could you ask other than to step out into a wasteland of toxic waste? What luxuries these people take you on. Now, it's a toss-up as to who's leading this little mission, so I'll let them both claim it, starting with people are all in the wrong places. Oh, no. Jim, you're Dan. Dan, you're Jim.
It's very understandable.
Jim, do your gymming. Quick, Jim something.
Hello, I'm Jim. I wear glasses. I normally wear a baseball hat and I've got a beard. I'm nearly 51 years old.
Why don't you tell them about your character instead?
Oh, right, got you. I am playing a priest called Majestus, who is a happy-go-lucky, faithful gentleman who all he wants to do is spread the word of the God Emperor and, basically make everybody happy in the Emperor's light.
Oh, he's a hero, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a new toy as well, hasn't he?
Yes. Oh,
he got a bigger flamer.
Yes. Yes.
He went from having a hand flamer to a bigger flamer.
But he's still got the hand flamer as well.
That's not a flamer. This is a flamer.
Absolutely. I'm sure I won't use it. So,
speaking of hot stuff, here's Simon.
So Simon's playing Julie's. I'm playing Julie's Battle, who is an Inquisitor acolyte. Although everyone above him is now dead, which basically means he's an Inquisitor because the rest else.
For those of you unfamiliar with it, I'd like to introduce you to the concept of Simon logic. This is how Simon rolls.
So basically, we're in a system that isn't supported particularly well by the Inquisition. So the Ordo Hereticus, who I work for, basically lost their big Inquisitor, lost his entire retinue, and I'm the only one left. I'm not. And the rest of us little people. I'm not. Am I wrong? I don't. Think
you are wrong, but that's okay. Your character doesn't know that he's wrong.
Yeah,
and that's entirely within your remit to believe that. Just because you've not been introduced to any other Inquisitors,
and
doesn't mean there aren't any.
And I have successfully completed the mission I was given by the Inquisition, which means I'm a rock star.
You have. If only there was someone to report to.
Oh, that's okay. Because I've told myself, and I am the foremost Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor that's here. I mean, I haven't got the badge yet, the rosette and stuff, but I've got the codes and I've got the little flashy symbol thing. So
Clearly an Inquisitor.
Nearly Inquisitor.
Speaking of people who are inquisitive, Dan M.
Thank you very much.
I'm on fire with my segues tonight.
Oh, amazing. You are doing amazing. So I'm playing Octavius, the tech priest and cyberneticist, and perhaps a little bit too interested in some of the lore and knowledge that we're gathering. I mean, I personally feel that it's to better know your enemy, so as to better be able to kill them, and bring the blessings on the Omnissiah upon everybody. But
absolutely, reading all of this heretical documentation is important.
Exactly.
For the cause of good.
So watch this space. Not corrupted yet, am I? No, I don't think so. A little bit.
Thanks for the nice layout, though, because that leads me neatly into the least corruptible member of the group. Is Dan P.
Hi, I'm very corruptible, but my character less so. I am playing Sister Evelyn, Sister Novitiate, and Sister of Battle. She does what she does. She goes around and she gives everybody holy bolt rounds. Got the God Emperor's deliverance.
Not to carry, just in the face.
No, just as she delivers it through the muzzle of her gun. And yes, she is very, very against corruption. And keeping her eye on the group, making sure there's no corruption.
Did he mention corruption?
Corruption.
Because they're watching for corruption.
There's a lot of corruption.
What will you do when it turns out that Jim's the corrupt one?
I'll shoot him in the head.
Saracen.
When he stops preaching of the word of the God Emperor and starts preaching another word, then I'll know. Yes, I'm very faithful and armored and have a big gun. That's me. Or Sister Evelyn. I wish I was armored and had a big gun.
He is basically Buzz Lightyear to my Woody.
That's
Yes.
disturbing.
Heresy everywhere.
What's that game where you get post-it notes and stick them on your head and then you have to work out who you are? I think this would be an amazing game to play with it.
It would be very good on Zoom,
Jim.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not great on Zoom. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Right, so previously on the Bellerophon Index, our brave and mighty servants of the Empire schlepped their way down into the mid-hive to attend an auction to hopefully pick up a page from a book that might be the thing that their Inquisitor was looking for. And they got there and they had a nice little chat and they picked up the page and there was definitely no trouble whatsoever. No Xenos were involved, not a single mutant to be seen. There wasn't a running gun battle in the corridors or in the auction house. And they definitely didn't make any kind of deal with a mutant psychic to get out of that level to get back to the Inquisitor, who they then found to be dead and exploded into a pile of goo. But that was okay because they looted the progenoid glands of a space marine and decided to drive the truck out into the desert in search for more information on this book. Now, who remembers what the chap with the book was called?
I'm going to look at Aaron because he's always got notes on this stuff.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. I've got the name. We're looking for a trader named Praxis out in the wastes in a skeleton of a great beast. The skull is an inn or a tavern. And the guy's name is Praxis.
And I think we've got to keep a certain sun or something on our left-hand side, if I remember rightly.
Yes, that's
Not that
right.
I was there,
Yeah.
but I'm guessing
The sun on
Sakara's
the left,
left
and you drive
It is.
in between
drive
the
out-
other hives.
You drive out towards Anvil, the ore plant. Keep it on your left-hand side and head towards the setting sun.
So there you go.
That's why I always look at Aaron.
And when we left last session, you had just taken the external elevator to the floor of the hive and you'd stepped away from the toxic waste sump that bubbles around the base of the hive and looks down into that horrible trench that plummets down to the underhive, and were about to approach a gravedigger outpost. The gravediggers are the local Imperial Guard, where you hoped to be able to pick up a vehicle.
Requisition.
Yes. So we'll start you there.
So who wants to do the talking then?
I don't.
Mr. Battle there, I don't think, for the most part, the gods they don't like to talk to underhivers. I think, maybe since you're the new boss, right? I mean, now that the old boss is dead, I mean that's how it works in the gangs.
That's how I see it.
So then like you're the man. So I think
I will approach the grave diggers. I'll look at Sister. Hang on, I've got it written down. Sister Evelyn, and I'll do this.
Sister Evelyn you can't see her face because she's toxic waste. She's put her helmet back on. But you can tell it's a bit like Mandalorian. You can tell she's going like behind.
I'll head over to the grave
she's
diggers.
following you anyway.
Yeah, I'll head over to the grave diggers.
So the Gravediggers' little outpost out here is kind of a customs and excise depot meets security watchtower. It's quite a large compound. There's easily enough space for 300 or 400 guardsmen here. They've got a number of vehicles, and the whole place has got a big stockade around it. A couple of guardsmen up top over one of the gates. One of them waved to you when he saw you step out of the lift.
Yeah. I shall approach and say, get me your duty officer.
A vox crackles and a voice comes out saying, "Who goes?"
See. I'll basically just unzip my oh, will be a button, wouldn't it? I'll just do a couple of buttons and pop it back so my Inquisitor thing just slides slightly out to the side. The Inquisition.
He salutes. Open the gate.
We need a vehicle and some supplies, and it better fit that. And I'm going to point behind me.
Oh, right, at the sister. I was like, the entire hive?
No. And then I'll step in.
Right, are the rest of you going in as well?
Yeah, Sakar
Probably want to. This is not a nice place to stand around.
Sakar would be right on Julius Battle's heels because he's still a bit unnerved after his last conversation with Father Majestus, and he wants to keep as close to Julius as humanly possible.
As far away from Father Majestus as humanly possible.
Shocking.
I know, right?
Potato.
All you want to do is offer him guidance and teach him the way to the path of righteousness by setting him on fire.
Yeah.
Fire is the great cleanser.
So I shall wait for the duty officer to appear.
A few moments later, duty officer, who's a captain, you can tell by the insignia on their uniform, comes up, opens up the faceplate on the mask they're wearing and shows their face, rips you off a smart little salute.
Well met, soldier.
Sir?
I need transport and some supplies. We're going out there. You'll need to supply me with a driver. Make sure he's a faithful one. I got a priest here. You don't want him getting fried. We might not be bringing the vehicle back, so that's why we need the driver.
Right you are, sir. Bear with me. Let me just go and sort this out for you. Would you like to step into the chaplaincy?
We shall do that.
Wait.
Yeah.
No sense having you wait around in an office like this.
No, it's fine.
So she reattaches her mask.
Yeah.
And leads you through to the chaplaincy, which is the next building along.
As we walk, I'll ask him if he's got any intel on the chaos incursion in the upper hive.
I believe the
until
officer
gets
was the
to-
female.
Hey,
I believe he said she earlier.
did he? Did he say she?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm a member of the Inquisition. We don't really respond to that kind of thing. It's a she. I'd missed that. I'm far too
That's
involved
all
in
right.
my own being than I am anyone else.
They're in uniform. They're soldiers. Do soldiers even have gender?
I do. Having been a soldier most of my life, I can guarantee you that we do have genders.
This is taking a turn.
Turn for the weird.
Yeah. So she said there's no intel on the Chaos Incursion.
No intel on the Chaos Incursion. Is that what it was? We've heard very little. We know there's running battles taking place. We've heard that there are mutants involved.
Well, there were bodies of dead space marines.
Heretic Astartes.
The bad kind. And the entire level. What level were we on? What level is the Inquisition on?
911, I think.
Yeah, the entire level 911 is corrupted.
They took a whole level. No wonder they've hollowed us out.
They've taken up and down from there. We think it was a surgical strike. So
well, that's why all I've got left down here is skeleton crew. There's about 12 of us left. The chaplaincy's free because even the chaplains are out there.
Yeah, I may tap up your armory while I'm on my way out the door.
We're pretty empty, sir. You're welcome to anything we've got.
That's fine.
Vehicles we've got no shortage of because they took troops and stuck everybody back in the hive.
Okay.
But what we don't have is a lot of materiel.
Can you supply me the driver? Like I said, if he ain't pretty pious, he might not make the journey.
All gravediggers are pious, sir. Don't you worry about that.
Good. I will survey the vehicles and then look to the rest of them and say,
Dan, what's that new one called that they just released?
Oh, what, the ash hauler?
The big track thing with the massive wheels.
Oh, yeah. Wicked. Let's get one of them.
Yeah, they've got 2 of them and then a couple of smaller car-sized vehicles. You're going to need the big one.
We'll take the big one. Yeah.
Oh, they don't have a guard chimera knocking around. Ugh.
Oh.
So sorry, I'm not giving you a giant.
I don't think you would have fitted in a chimera.
Can we have a Bane blade, please?
No, go me attic, but otherwise you're not getting one. I might see if I can grab a couple of grenades from their armory.
Look at him going around requisitioning all
that. Oh, right. Who does he think he? Oh, wait.
I think I know exactly who I think I am. Yeah.
Right, you can requisition in total 6 grenades and a las rifle.
Cool.
If you want.
I was just after some grenades.
Yeah.
I give the las rifle to Sakar. You'll need that out there.
Sakar looks, he's like, thanks, sister. I don't know how to use this, sister.
You point that end at the bad guy and you pull that thing there. Yeah. It zaps them.
Yeah, you'll learn.
Lesson 1.
All right, sister. That sounds great. Thank you. This is
I will take this year's salary. Thank you very much.
I can keep this when we get back.
The ways in Flamer.
Father, I think maybe I don't think I'm adept enough at the moment there to be using a flamer, but
it would be fine. Lesson 1 is where I burn you a little bit so you don't burn yourself ever.
I think let me see about mastering this las gun, and then perhaps we can talk about that in a year or 2.
The captain rips you off another seat and says, I'll get you that driver, sir. One moment, please. Yeah. She leaves the chaplaincy. Chaplaincy's a decent sized room. It's a military chaplaincy. So you've got a couple of rows of plain benches, nice iconography of the God Emperor up at the front, smiting his foes.
Is there a copy of the primer in it? That's the kind of books you'd have in chaplaincies.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were asking if there was a copy of the Bellerophon Index. I was like,
no.
Oh, no, done. Simon. That's like 8 sessions.
No. I will take a copy of the primer and I shall hand it to Sakar and say, if you want to be pious, read that.
That's, Mr. Battle, that sounds...
I wasn't asking Sakar.
No, I was just going to say, Mr. Battle, I don't know how to read.
That's okay.
But I'd love to learn how to read. I think that would be...
I'm sure Father Majestus can help you with learning to read.
Yeah, we know how he likes to spend time with you, Zakar.
Think about it.
Right,
If you're holding
that's-
the Imperial Primer, he might not burn you because you're holding paper
Yeah,
and it's sacred.
yeah.
So
And sometimes it's
think
really
that's-
useful when you really need it.
It is amazing how quickly you pick up reading when there is the highlight of getting burned.
Maybe Octavian can 37 there can help me learn how to read. I mean, he's got to be wicked smart because he's only like mostly a machine.
That's incorrect, Octavian. You're only about 47.32% machine so far.
I am happy to make the mechanical adjustments to your brain waves so you're able to ascertain in the knowledge of reading.
When you say mechanical adjustments, we're talking about you showing me what letters sound like, right? You're not talking about like actually messing with my brain, are you?
They're all. I couldn't do that with a straight face. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Indeed.
All right, then. That sounds fantastic. I don't want nobody mucking around in my head, but yeah, I'd really like to learn how to read and use a las gun, because then maybe like when you guys leave and go someplace else, I'll be able to help you more.
I thought you were coming with us.
Yeah, absolutely, that's my plan. But I gotta be useful, right? Because if I'm not useful, you guys, they already told me.
Always find use.
Thanks, Father.
Even if it's just as parts.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Would you like some emperor-shaped sweets?
I don't understand
Golden
what you're saying,
throne
Father.
jelly babies.
What is happening? Has the captain come back here with our
Does anybody want to do a pray while they're in the chat?
Oh yeah, Sister Evelyn would definitely be praying.
Yeah, I'm going to pray
myself as well.
Yeah,
okay, sure.
Praying.
And this is actually Sakar was brought up fairly pious by Fagin. He believed in the God Emperor, so he actually knows his prayers because they've been drilled into him for so long. But he can't actually read from the primer, so he will follow along with praying in the hopes of impressing the Father enough not to get burned or whipped later.
Fair point. Yeah. Okay,
well,
so
whipping's a bit wrong. Yeah.
Stop it, Jim.
So could everybody make a psychic mastery roll, please?
Psychic mastery roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Psychic mastery.
Why would we be doing that?
Oh god.
I'm sure it's for no bad reasons at all. I'm sure.
Oh, this is not going to end well at all.
where did you get psychic?
Is it?
It's a skill.
If you haven't got skill in it, it's just a willpower roll.
Yeah, that's
But it's on there.
6 successes.
got one.
And the rough critical.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
2 successes. Oh,
I don't feel.
complication.
I don't feel comfortable making Sister Evelyn roll on this.
Now, Sister Evelyn's
got-
got talent, though, hasn't she?
She does indeed. Are we about to get psychically attacked?
No.
Are we thinking about heresy?
No, you're not thinking about heresy. In fact,
I got
well,
a wrath,
Aaron's thinking a little
course
bit
you
about
do.
heresy.
I got a wrath critical. Whatever
Yeah,
it means.
Simon's definitely not thinking about heresy. Julius Battle is feeling really inspired.
Yeah.
You know,
I am definitely.
you
thinking
stood
about
here
heresy.
in the Emperor's presence, and you've basically said, "I'm in charge," and haven't been struck down. So clearly, the Emperor has smiled on you.
Yeah.
I haven't got
It's all
nothing
true.
Who else did really well? Jim did really well. Yeah, Jim, the Emperor smiles upon you also. You could feel his presence all around you.
Oh. I will hover over the hive boy for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a real sense of sort of peace and calm and purpose over the two of you, like you're definitely on the right path. Sister Evelyn, however,
Heretic.
Sister Evelyn, however, whilst praying, goes all kind of glassy-eyed. Not that you can see behind the glassy eyes of her glass eyes. But inside her helmet, what you can't see is that she's totally unfocused. And as you kneel in prayer, Saint Agnes appears before you.
Is she asking for her hand back?
No, she's not asking for a hand back. She's got both of her hands and they're open towards you.
I mean,
she
I bow my
looks at
head
you.
further in reverence.
Yeah, I mean, there's like real sort of sorrow in her eyes as she gazes down upon you. Huge wings of pale blue spread behind her as she reaches out towards you. And a voice inside your mind tells you that if you would be truly pure, you must fast until next you hear of that which you seek.
Okay, no more eating for Sister Evelyn then. I mean, she probably wasn't doing that much eating anyway. But
Yeah, there's a little bit of a penitency angle there. Like she wanted to tell you something, but couldn't because you weren't quite pure enough.
I mean, I'm upset by this fact because I'm the most pure person in the team with all my faith.
Well, you got to have faith.
Gotta have faith. That's a weird thing. Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, she's just going to keep bowing her head in reverence and only in faith can we be delivered. Just symbols.
And after a short while Sister Evelyn's still in prayer, but the rest of you have kind of finished, the captain comes back into the room and she's got a corporal with her who's sort of mostly in uniform. He's hobbling along on crutches and appears to only have one leg. In one of his crutched hands, he's holding I've forgotten the name for it, Dan. Robot leg. Augmetic. He's holding an augmetic lower leg. And he's clearly had some cyber surgery done on him already, but it's not been finished and the leg hasn't been attached.
We know just the guy.
And the captain salutes again. Inquisitorial agent?
Yes.
I'm very sorry. This is Corporal Marius. He's one of the best drivers we've got. He's been injured. He can still drive. Worry not about that. He's due to be getting the lower half of his leg affixed tomorrow. The current augmetic attachments are just healing. If you could put off your leaving until tomorrow morning, he'll be fully fixed up and ready to go. I mean, he can drive like he is, but then we'll need someone to fit the leg for him.
I shall look.
I imagine the whole party just looks at Octavius.
Yeah. We'll just look at him and say, do we need to wait? Or are you up for the job?
I can do what you need, sir.
Indeed.
Right. We will.
I only need one leg to drive.
We will take him with him and take him with us and deal with that en route.
Right, Chief.
I'm assuming he can drive today and then we can fit it later and then he's fine.
Yeah, no worries, Chief.
Julius, I mean, is it advisable just to fit the leg here while they have the facilities to do so? And we have the gentleman, Octavius, is able to fit it?
Doctor said I can't have it fitted till tomorrow because the existing connections have got a bed in.
Octavius, do you reckon you could speed things along?
Take a look at it. I can take a look at it.
Imagine all these tentacle things going over this guardsman now.
It's a bit too keen.
The candidates.
Mechatendral tentacles.
I'm going to go get some
Well,
grub.
Peter.
Can I roll to see if this is something that we can expedite?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Boo, 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 boo. That'd probably be a Medicaid roll.
Cool.
You're a bit good at that, though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
alright.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to hoik this guy up by the leg, plug it in, twist it, click it on, slap the bottom. You're good to go, son. But no,
I think
you-
I've got to
Has he just got +1 speed or something?
you enter into the knee joint where you can see the fresh augmetics have been attached to quite raw flesh. And you speed up the healing process a little bit. You spray it with some synthetic skin. You jazz up the neuron connections to the foot. And, you can fit it now. You get the leg bolted on in almost record time. And the captain sort of whistles and says, wish we had some of you guys out there in the field with us.
I can imagine it being like an F1 pit crew.
That's 3 days of surgery that you've just done in 5 minutes.
This is nothing.
That's incredible.
It is
Well,
my pleasure
she's
to
all yours,
serve.
sir.
Cool.
Excellent. We should make haste.
I'm eating.
I have no time for eating.
I've gone to get some grub.
Yeah,
Before we
Sakar's right. Sakar's right behind him. He's like, he heard the word food, and he's
Food.
like, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mess hall is empty.
Yeah.
It's a huge room. You could easily fit a couple of hundred people in here at a time, and there's nobody there. There's nobody in the kitchens. There's nobody preparing foods, but you've got a couple of vending machines for when you need to urgently get MREs, protein bars, that kind of thing.
The only thing Sister Evelyn partakes in is some water.
I'll get the vehicle warmed up then, shall I, sir?
We'll be leaving.
Is sir the correct address, or do you have a rank by which I should address you, sir?
I think sir is fine.
Right, you are, sir.
I'm going to give the vehicle a once over just in case.
I mean, it's seen better days, but its job is driving across toxic wasteland, so it's not going to be pristine.
Mm.
You've got this massive cab with a small living area towed along behind it. You could fit a lot more of you in, but
And we need to ensure that the machine spirit is up for the job.
Yeah.
yep, a chat with the machine spirit is certainly something you can do.
Want to make a tech roll, or is it just?
I think a tech roll, yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, my goodness.
10 failures.
Ooh.
That is awful.
Oh,
You're going to use a wrath point to.
I think I'll re-roll
Otherwise,
that.
you'd have broken it.
you've got a buttload of glory in the glory pool, so
I will use a wrath point to re-roll
use
that.
a wrath
Is that-
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, that was awful.
that is terrible.
I've never seen. Oh my god, there's 0 successes. Can I take a point of thing as well, just to
Glory? Yeah,
Absolutely.
sorry,
definitely.
just
Got
'cause
plenty of
now,
it.
now I'm paranoid. There we go. That's better.
But a wrath complication.
So yeah, you have a nice little
Just
chat
left it.
with the machine spirit. It seems fine. Everything seems to be running okay.
Just add
Yeah,
the
I think I know what that wrath complication is.
Oh no.
We're going to have a system of battle holding up the side of this thing as we change the tire, aren't we?
I mean, she's strong. I'm not sure she can lift in the tire.
Not something this size.
No, that's Space Marine territory. I'm afraid.
she's just going to bench press a truck.
Yeah, I think you might even be in Primaris territory for that. You might want an actual tech marine.
What kind of box has this got, Octavian?
What do you mean?
I just wanted to know what kind of communication this vehicle has.
Oh, right.
Whether it had whether it was a short range or because it went out in the wastes, it had something that was actually a bit more powerful.
Right, Dan. Yeah, this thing is powerful enough that it's got the range. Probably if you were exactly midpoint between two hives, you might struggle to communicate with either of them. But it's got decent enough range so that you could probably manage to be close enough to a hive to get to contact them.
So statistically, the best point for an ambush is when we're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is exactly when that RAF complication is going
Yeah.
to come.
Hell yeah. I got all these ruin points. I got to use some of them.
Yeah,
It's fair. That is fair.
Did you say the cab was the largest area in there, Ben?
No, the cab is quite cramped. You could fit 3 people in it at a push because you've got your driver, gunner, and ops assist. But the cabin behind it has got like almost bunks and a bed and spaces like that in it.
Yeah,
it's like a troop carrier.
And Sister Evelyn will be in the back then.
There is a gun on top. Not bolter. What's the step down from that? Auto gun.
Stubber.
Yeah,
Stubber.
Yeah, it'd probably be a stubber of some kind.
Yeah, if it's guard, it'd be a stubber.
Heavy stubber on the roof.
I will spend some time on the roof showing Sakar how to basically fire a las gun.
Okay.
Yeah, you will all need to wear masks outside as well.
Yeah.
Once you get out of the base, or if you go out of the van, it's going to need breather masks because the atmosphere is toxic.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Techmary priest, in which case you probably don't.
Yeah. I mean, if the lower half of your face has been replaced by robotics, you're safe. Has it though, Dan? How much of you is augmetic?
Not a significant amount actually. I've got the
You got your mechadendrites, so
mechadendrites, and I've got a massive brain implant, which is.
I imagine you've got at least one eye that's been replaced.
I mean, I've got no statted.
Not yet
augmentics.
Necessarily, because one of his mechadendrites has got the scanning stuff in.
What's
The
this? Tech priest with.
It's the brain chip thing that was the expensive augmenting.
So the back of your head and your entire spinal column are pretty much artificial, but the rest of you is still a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we can fix that.
Well, I'm a cyberneticist, so you know, it's a bit of both. Question currently going through my mind, which I might not share, is if the Space Marines are like, you know, the Emperor's angels, how come they fell to chaos?
You didn't ask that question out loud, did you?
No.
Totally need to ask Majestus that question. I'm sure he's got an answer.
Just get Sakar to ask him because he will.
I'm not trying to lead you anywhere at the moment. I am happy knowing that I am striding in the Emperor's light. As I've just burnt some flesh off my arm.
There's a strange smell of bacon in the back room.
That's a smell you don't get used to.
All right, so you're
had
heading
to
out?
remove one of the bunks to make it into a bench rather than the bunk so she can sit in it. Power armors.
Right, you are, sir. Up to you. Good to go whenever you like.
Yeah, we can go. We know. I'll get Sakar to give him the directions because I think Sakar remembered where we were going.
This is exciting for you, Sakar, as well, because this is like a vehicle bigger than a bike.
Okay, so, this here vehicle it's bigger than our entire gang hangout. This is and this thing what? How does it not? How does it go? It's just so big.
Watch this, lad. Watch this. Let me show you. And he starts fiddling with controls, pops it into gear, drives it out of the big gate and off into the wilderness. And you can see the hive shrinking into the distance behind you. You'll be able to see the hive shrinking in the distance behind you for several days to come. And so you head out across the blasted ruins, and there's not a lot to see out there. It's a sludgy brown desert that has occasional little rivulets of toxic waste running through it. Corporal Marius is regaling you with exotic tales of mutant clans and tribes of raiders that live out in the desert. So of course, they don't usually come close on a couple of vehicles like this. They might try and pick off the odd one, but usually travel in a convoy. They're not going to take on 6 or 7. Plus, you've got a couple of grave diggers. I say a couple hundred grave diggers in a convoy. They don't like it up them, really.
So as corporal, then what you're saying then is, since we're out here by ourselves, we may find ourselves in some trouble. Is that what you're trying to?
Well, I don't know. It's been a while since we've had any raids, but it depends on what they've heard or if they got all stirred up by that to do up in Amalthea. What happened up there, by the way? Don't get a lot of news down here. I know all the lads got called up, but unfortunately, I'd had a little incident with a landmine.
Well, it was I gotta say, I never seen nothing quite like it. There was the whole floor was rotting away, and I wouldn't mention this out too loud around the father or the sister, but some people were saying something about chaos space marines. I don't even know what that is, but yeah, and the Inquisitor and all his friends, they were completely wiped out, and then we pulled some guts out of a space marine. We got it in a freezer. I don't know what's going on here, but it's still
when
the best
you mention
day
the
of my
Chaos
life.
Marines, he makes the little sign of the Imperial Aquila. And while he's doing that, the vehicle kind of lurches off to one side a little bit. So the rest of you in the back all feel this kind of, and you're driving up and up dunes and down dunes and across these dirty rivers. End of the first day, you see your first megafauna spine sticking up out of the desert. There's a spinal column just rising out of the desert. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look, see that? Spine, big beast. Megafauna.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Imperial Knights had to come down, sort them out. Of course, that was 1,000 years ago. More than that now. Yeah, we get them on over here sometimes, and we do the odd rotation for it at the night worlds. I've seen a bloody big things. They are huge. Wouldn't mind driving one of them, but you know how it goes. Got to have the right blood, noble family, magic chair, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I had no idea what you're saying there, but I'd like a magic chair myself.
Oh no, the magic chair is a part of the giant robot.
So giant robots with magic chairs fight big
Big
what did you
monsters,
call
yeah.
it? Mega monsters.
Megaflora. No, megafauna. Megaflora would be big plants, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Megafauna. Yeah, big animal monsters. Lizards and snakes and stuff like that.
You're just pulling my leg, aren't you? There,
Well,
because I'm an
you can see
underhive.
it. Look at that. Big old spine sticking out of the desert. That ain't a lie, is it?
I guess not. I don't. This is all so new to me. I've never been in. The biggest place I've ever been in was on a sump lake on level 742.
Pump Lake.
Sump Lake.
Oh well, you're going to love this then. And yeah, about an hour and a half later, he pulls up on a ridge line and points down. He goes, "Look at that!" And down below you, there's a lake which is almost yellow, and it's bigger than any sump lake you've ever seen. Yeah, they say there's fish in there, but you know it's just toxic waste, so they're probably not nice fish.
Don't want to eat them.
No, you don't want to eat them. The journey proceeds like this for a couple of days. If there's anything anybody wants to do in the couple of days that you're traveling, now is a great time to let me know.
I suggest we have someone at least be on watch. Maybe if we've been told that single vehicles occasionally get attacked, but otherwise, sleep, rest. I'm going to practice I'm an inquisitor in a room where no one else is.
Blue steel.
Yeah, my like swishing back and flashing my badge, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, Dan, going to increase your difficulty number by 1 on all rolls. Yeah, because you're hungry. Because you're fasting.
When we can see one of the other hives, I'll try and get Octavian to try and get some kind of communication with some other inquisitor or some other inquisitors or somebody.
So I need to try like inquisitorial conferences.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have known what kind of channels or that kind of thing or who they communicate with. That just wouldn't.
So how am I going to do this?
It's like pissing in the wind. You have no idea.
I think because
Give me a tech roll.
when we get in range of the other hive, the other side. But yeah, I'm assuming it would be like you'd send some kind of your language, and then see if someone picks it up and sees it as a message, isn't it? I assume that's how it'd be, and then they would contact you if they read it properly. It'd have to be coded, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this is the thing. I can give it a go. Ben, what can I roll?
You won't be able to get in touch with another hive just yet. You still only really got comms back to Amarthia.
Yeah, there's no point doing that.
You're a few days out from being able to do that.
Yeah.
Anything else that anybody wants to do in the run-up?
Yeah, can I work on boosting our comms? The signal.
Yes, you can.
Boosting the signal. Because we know that there will be a point where we won't have comms to either.
Yeah, sure. So we'll if you make a difficulty 5 check on tech, because you're working with limited resources.
Yeah, can I take a thing as well? Mm-hmm. So let's hope this is a bit better.
Whoa.
For the love of God.
That's because you put it in at difficulty 58.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
DN
okay.
58.
Okay, that's
weird. You weren't going to win on that.
Not sure what happened there.
You got 13 successes.
13 successes. I mean,
you still failed. God, what are you like?
Well, can I keep that roll?
How many successes would that actually work out?
If it's 5,
mine too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 successes.
Yeah.
He's got 13. The number of successes is still the same. It's still 13.
Is it really? Of course, because 4 is a success as well. It's not just 6s. Yeah. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that's 13 successes. Yes, you can keep the roll.
Cool, thank you.
I mean, it's not a heresy fail spectacular. That's a bloody good roll. And yes, you boost comms.
Cool. I think Sakar during the few days, he would be very, very surreptitiously examining this silver ball, trying to figure out how, because he knows that it had something to do with him having that, incredible speed. And
he's actually slightly tacky on one side, the side that was pressed against your skin. And it's flattened out a little bit.
Okay.
So instead of being like a smooth stone, it's more like a circular placemat, and the runes are around the outside edge and across one half of it. There's one half that's completely featureless.
And he's just he has no idea how it activated or why it activated. So he's just trying to figured out. Concentrate on it. See if he can make it do something else without telling anybody else about it, because he's terrified of everyone else here.
Yeah, sure. You can or make a will roll or a psychic mastery roll.
It's the same. I got nothing in psycho mastery. So what's the difficulty?
That depends. You've got a couple of things that you can get it to do. So you can activate phantom form or regeneration for free if you want to, just by poking at it, or you can roll to use either of those and warp speed.
Okay.
I think he's going to check.
I think he's going to try to see if he can activate that warp speed again. He wants to see if he can dilate time, at least for as far as his perception is, because he felt that was, the most amazing thing that had ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. So to activate biomancy warp speed is a difficulty number 7.
Ooh, that's going to be hard.
That is going to be hard.
But yeah, I mean, and he doesn't expect to succeed. That's the whole thing. He's just trying to understand how this thing works. So close.
Spend a wrath point.
So close.
To reroll those ones.
Do the wrath.
Yeah, I'll spend a wrath point to reroll the ones. That's 1, 2, 2. Okay. So that's a 5 and a 6. Yeah. So that's
it's another 3 successes.
6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
So yeah, you focus in on this thing and it kind of suction cups onto your abdomen, and the runic lighting, the empty space lights up with this sort of weird runic lighting, and you feel the same speed thing come into effect. And in fact, so you got the full number of successes. So it will do 1d3 plus 1 shock to you, but it doubles your speed and increases your defense. And you act first in every round.
So he takes full 4 shock from it. And I think what you see is he realizes what's happened, but he doesn't move at all. He's just sitting there because he doesn't want anybody to see what he just did.
That'd be where the shock comes from then. Your body suddenly starts overclocking you. Like,
and he locks everything
nobody
down.
can see.
Yeah, he locks himself down.
Sister Evelyn feels a slight tingle in the air.
That's true, actually.
As her shield of faith just tingles a little bit.
Yeah, you can feel your faith being tested.
Mm.
Jim, do you want to do anything?
I'm just readying myself at the moment.
Simon?
I may.
You were practicing your face, weren't you?
Yeah, practicing my face. Yeah.
I'm going to be sort of practicing with my new flamer, not as in actually firing it, but like looking in something that's got a bit of a reflection on it. And
vanity from a priest.
Not vanity. I'm making sure I'm pointing it the right direction.
Which end's it come out of?
Exactly.
I'm not used to holding something this big.
Careful.
Did everybody spend their XP last session, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm up in my willpower.
How much did we get?
You got 30.
30.
No, I didn't.
Well, you don't have to. You're welcome to sit on it.
Oh, I did. I must have done because it's not there no more. I must have done.
Did you actually put it on your character sheet, Jim?
Probably not, actually.
Now, after a few days of travel, as another hive starts to loom larger and your hive starts to shrink down in the distance, Octavian thinks he's got the comms sorted out And he's like, oh, yeah. Okay. You reckon that you might be able to give him a go?
I'm going to take the opportunity to scan frequencies in the immediate local area, so that see if there's any comms going out in the desert, see if
Okay, sure.
arranging an ambush or something.
All right, make a tech roll then.
Okay.
Look at that. So, yes, you pick up comms chatter from the hive you've left. It looks like they may be claiming the advantage back in the battle up on the top levels of the hive. You're mostly picking up guard chatter at this point. And then with some of those extra successes, you also pick up an inquisitorial coded channel from the next hive that exists. Yeah.
Certainly be reporting that to Julius.
There is a signal coming from the cab behind the main vehicle that is broadcasting an open signal out into
from within
everywhere.
our own.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the sleepy cabin, there's a signal going, here I am, here I am, here I am.
From where I am, can I jam it?
No, it seems to be a passive signal.
All right.
So it's literally like a sealed box.
Okay. So first of all, I will advise you, yes, that I have been able to identify a inquisitorial signal from the approaching hive. Additionally, I seem to be identified a broadcast signal from the rear cabin.
Okay, well, basically, I think we just need to let someone know that we are continuing on the mission that we were set on by our Inquisitor. I don't think there's anything else we really want to. We can say, oh yes, we've got this bit, and then we'll basically get descended on by a drop ship of Chaos Space Marines. So I think we just want to, further instruction or.
Well, do you want to get on the comms, Julius?
I don't think I want to get on the comms. I think I just want a signal to be sent, and then if someone decides they want to contact us, then I can do it. The thing is, if I get on the comms, I'll just sound like a bit of a blathering idiot, going, "Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing," and that's just not how I work. So I think I'll basically just have a standard, continuing with our mission, Inquisitor gone, reconnection to command, what is it called? Reconnection to chain of command required, that kind of thing, and see what we get back.
I will pass this signal across the comms, but I'll also say to Julius, there is a statistically high possibility that with our open passive signal broadcasting from the rear section, that we might be ambushed.
Well, then we definitely want to keep someone keep a watch, someone who's got a keen eye and a power helmet on.
Right. So are you sending the signal then, Dan?
Yeah. No, we're not going to try and get the sister to do anything she doesn't want to do.
I'll send the signal along the quick tutorial.
Yeah.
About an hour after you send the signal, a response bounces back on the same secure channel.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Message received. Inquisitor Prodita Mendax Ordo Xenos. Upon completion of current mission, head to Primus Hive. Report to me.
Prodita Mendax. What was that? Which inquisitorial? It was
Ordo Xenos.
Xenos. Okay.
That's not the one that we work for, though, is it?
No, it's not.
You were Hereticus.
No, Hereticus. So I think I think Dan, I think Octavian, if they're going to ambush us, then they're going to do it in multiple small vehicles, and there'll be comms chatter. There'll definitely be comms chatter.
We're already keeping an eye out for it.
Yeah. So, and if they do get on board, well, then they're just going to get messed up, aren't they?
Can I go and deactivate this passive signal? Are
You'd
the
have to
cabins
stop the vehicle
connected?
and go and find it. Yeah.
No, I don't think we need to. I don't think stopping's a good idea.
Well, he's been stopping most nights anyway,
Okay. Why are we stopping at night?
so he doesn't drive into a ditch, and so that he can sleep.
That's so inefficient.
I know, right?
No, if he had the appropriate cybernetical implants, he could work through the night.
He doesn't need all of his brain, does he? Just like
No, it doesn't.
that half could just come out, slap a machine in there.
Yeah. I'll ask him.
No, thanks. If that's quite all right with you, your priestship. Are you a priest? Is that the right title?
Me?
No, the other priest. You, Father, I understand. No, you make perfect sense, and I value and cherish your
Who
holy
is
words.
calling themselves a priest?
I am complicated.
Oh, right. Is that a title, or what should I call? Is he not a tech priest?
Priest monkey.
Is that a technical title? I don't know anymore.
Father, there isn't the Omnissiah also a deity? I mean, isn't the machine god a god? Father?
I am a tech adept.
Right, is adept a title then? Mr. Adept, there we go. Right, sorted. And where do you slot into the chain of command here?
As the efficient one.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, like an engineer. Understood. Gotcha. Right, well, that's us for tonight then. You said there was something you wanted to have a look at in the back house.
Yeah.
Need a hand? Got a wrench?
No.
All right then. Who is going to be on watch?
Has anyone even informed Sister Evelyn that all these things are going on? Or
No,
she's just sitting in the back praying still. Cool.
Fast
Basically,
approaching religious ecstasy through starvation.
I think if someone breaks in and starts shooting, then she'll basically come alive and activate.
Yeah,
Other
I
than
would
that-
imagine so.
All right.
Other than that, you don't go and tap someone who's praying on the shoulder.
Right,
you
Simon,
might
could you make an awareness roll then, please?
Yeah, sure.
This is only the difficulty of 3.
I'm still going to use glory. Can I use glory?
Yes, you can.
Yes, definitely.
Just.
Wrath complication. Oh.
You see a fire burning off up on a hillside.
So we've stopped.
Yep, you've stopped and you're looking around and you get a perfectly good view of this fire, which looks deliberate.
Okay.
It's burning with a slightly unusual color, possibly because of the toxic atmosphere.
Right. So I'll go on our all channel. I'm assuming we've got some kind of all channel, and I'll basically just actually everyone else is. Some people will be asleep. That's fine. I'll just ignore it.
All right, so Dan, you get out. Are you going in the back room and looking inside, or are you going outside and having a
I'm
look
going
there?
to go over to the next unit so I can take a look at this passive comm thing that seems to be going off like a here we are beacon.
Okie dokie. So you scan around the inside. In fact, you better make an insight roll, really, to see if you can find it.
Oh no.
You've got a diagnosticator, though, haven't you?
Have I? Yes.
In one of your mechadendrites, you've got.
So that gives me +2 dice, doesn't it?
Is that on Medicaid? Or is that on all searching?
Hold on, I'll check my notes. Talents, where is it? No, it says making dendrite functions as a med kit and diagnoster +1 bonus to Medicaid checks only. So
Okay, right.
that's a no. So just an insight roll.
Just an insight roll.
Which is 1 dice. No.
You don't
I'm going to go and
anything.
ask someone for some help.
Yeah, that might be a plan.
I'm going to go and find Sakar.
Hey, what can I do for you there, Octavian, sir?
I am looking for something and need your assistance.
I'm happy to help you there. What are we looking for, sir?
A passive comm unit.
Well, okay. Show me where you think it's at, and I'll look around. I mean, I'm pretty good at scrounging things down in the underhive, so I mean, if it's something, I'm sure I can find it.
All right, I'll take him into the other cabin and yeah.
All right, so if you could make an insight check then, Aaron.
Look for something that shouldn't be.
Sorry,
here.
Awareness.
Awareness.
Sorry, Dan, that should have been awareness for you as well. Insight is more sort of psychic-y, isn't it?
Oh, awareness is 2 dice.
Oh, well.
Can I roll again?
You can.
It's probably still be a no. Yeah. Still a no.
No, insights fellowship. So I think it's more people based.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I will. Can I spend a point of glory?
There's
to get
so
an
many of
extra
them.
die?
I don't think anybody's going to have a problem.
Excellent. So let's get a bonus.
Look at that. There is absolutely nothing inside the vehicle. You're pretty sure that if there is anything, it's affixed outside somewhere.
Okay.
All
Octavian, so I've scrounged around in here, and with my 6 successes, I didn't find anything. So I'm thinking it must be whatever you're looking for must be on the outside.
So with a very blank and emotionless face, we'll head out and look at the roof and the external unit.
Okay, well, if you both want to make another awareness check, we'll see what you find on the outside.
Oh, hey. That's a bit better.
There you go. Yeah, you both find, scouring the outside of the vehicle, you go over the sides, over the top, front and the back. And it's not until you look underneath, and it's quite high up underneath. Sakar can probably stand up under this cabin. Octavian maybe has to hunch a little. And around one of the axles, you find a small communicator box. And it appears to be receiving some kind of external signal and then bouncing it back when it gets it.
Omnisire be praised. So is it pinging a signal? Basically, they're kind of bouncing.
It looks like what
off.
you were catching was a return signal. So something's hitting it with a signal and it pings back.
I need to take a look at this and find out what the signal is and where it's going, so we know how soon it will be till we get ambushed. See if I can measure distances. Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, sure. Of course you can.
I will use a glory.
And what do you want to find out? Because that will vary the difficulty.
I want to find out how far the signal's going.
Okay.
To ascertain, like, how far they might be away, assuming it is someone coming to come and kill us.
Okay. For that, it will just be difficulty 3, I think.
Okay. And then if that works, I'll start trying to hack the signal. There we go. And another point of glory.
So you start taking it apart and you find that connected to the mechanism, there is a monofilament wire that, if tampered with, would cut the axle, leaving you stranded. But you've taken the cover off and you found the monofilament, This is proper scavenger tech. This is not like decent kit. This is shonky rubbish that's been put
So,
together. The most
would-
sophisticated thing in there is actually the monowire.
Is that activated by a signal?
No, it's not. It appears to be an anti-tamper device.
Ah, okay. All right.
And as near as you can tell, you are within 2 kilometers of the bounce back point.
I'm going to go and tell Julius and the sister. Whoever's going to come get us is about 2K away.
Sister Evelyn gets up, kind of clicks herself. She's been sitting down still for almost
About
how
4
many
days.
Yeah, and all you've seen her partake in is water. She hasn't eaten anything else. She's kind of like stretching up a little bit, gets up, cocks the
It is biologically very efficient of you.
yes, and she cocks the gun.
Is there any nearby fauna? No flora, the plant-based one.
There is not, no.
Nothing like no brush or anything like that around where we're
It's
parked.
just nothing can
Sand.
survive out here.
Right, that's fine. Okay, all right. I'm gonna set in a little stubber turret on the top. I might give it a little bit of a search underneath to make sure there's no like little mines or grenades or detonating things of doom or whatever. And then I'm gonna give it a
Yeah, wee. It's got little rotatey seat. It's great.
Yeah. I'm going to do some rotatey seat type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little targeting reticules click into place. You can hear ammo being cycled.
I'm going to make a noise that just sounds like enjoyment, and it will come over the comms. Whee! And maybe a little bit of a yeehaw.
Sister obviously has to crouch down to look underneath at this device. Octavian, is there any way you can remove this without that damaging our vehicle?
Everyone will point out the wire and say, it is doable. But I'd also want to check the signal as well. Come from it, see if there's anything else that might be ascertainable from the signal that it's receiving.
I'll come over the comm. Can you set up something to replicate the signal? So you literally create your own bounce back from it. So instead of stopping the signal, you merely set it to send it to bounce it off something else.
Can I?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I'm just wondering if it's possible. Ben, is that something I can do?
As I understand it, yes, because you're basically just replicating the signal.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get it to tell you anything, Julius?
No, what I'm trying to say
Just
is
to replace the signal.
So if someone could basically say, as soon as you stop getting the signal, you detonate or you do whatever you're going to do. So if the signal stops, then it will go off.
So that it doesn't set off the trap.
So basically, it can't set off the trap because you've replicated the signal. So essentially, you don't even have to do anything with it. The modern filament.
So you want something that will send the signal from next to it, basically.
Yeah. So you literally just basically set a signal, send something to it. So it.
That'd be
receives
easy,
it.
Dan. You could do that without even needing to roll for it.
Yeah.
And I will.
You've got the signal
that-
frequency, you've got the code.
Mm.
It's just a matter of using one of the comm frequencies to send the same signal back and forth.
Yeah.
Did Julius Battle just do a speed moment? He's copied the cameras.
But yeah, there is a
Yeah.
bomb on the bus, so speed moments might be appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I could even make an insight roll if you want me to.
Oh no, not
figured
at
that
all.
out. I mean, I think that's probably the easiest way to deal with the situation.
Yeah, I mean you can set that up, no problem, Dan.
I'll do that.
When the bloke presses the button and nothing happens, he'll be really annoyed.
Simon, did you tell anyone about the fire?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm just like whizzing.
So,
I'll tell people there is a fire on the ridge. Now I know that. Now that I know that Sister Evelyn's woken up, I'll let them know there is a fire on the ridge. That's probably about 2K away.
Safe bet.
Yeah.
So that's the likelihood that is the where the signal's coming from, Julius.
Yep, I'd say so. I didn't want to disturb you, you know.
She kind of looks through her little scope thing on her
I've
bolt lamp.
not got one on my gun.
I mean, 2K is probably way too far for her scope.
I mean, you get a bit of magnification.
Yeah, not 2K's worth, I can tell you
Not
that.
2K's worth, but you can see that nothing out here would be on fire unless someone set it on fire. So that fire is deliberate.
How long will it take Sister Evelyn to walk 2K?
Probably not that long.
Cool. Sister Evelyn starts.
It's like a 20, 30-minute walk tops.
Okay, well then she moves into a more paceful walk to shorten the time. But Sister Evelyn's now walking towards the fire in the distance.
Okay, anybody going with her?
She doesn't ask anyone to come with her, but I've,
Yeah, I'll come.
Oh, the opportunity to burn people.
Sakar.
I might not even need to use another fire. We could use that fire there.
I mean, they've got their own.
Just throw them on it.
It's a labour-saving exercise.
Absolutely.
I want to go and have a word with our driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to take the car with me. Because I'm now a little paranoid that he might have been in on it. It's healthy paranoia.
Yeah,
so I'll tell
totally.
Sakar this and we'll, have a talk.
So Octavian, there, are you telling me you want me to, shake this guy down a little bit, put the fear in him? I mean, not normally my style, but
Whatever is most efficient.
All
right. First things first, Julius would notice Sister Evelyn and Majestus walking away in the direction of the fire.
Julius is going to stay with the prize, which is the vehicle.
Yeah. Then next up, Sakar and Octavian will get into the cab.
So there, Corporal Marius, that's your name, right? Corporal Marius?
Yep, that's me. What can I do you for, kiddo?
Hey, you see here, us working for the Inquisition and all, we get concerned about things from time to time, and the good sir here,
Job description,
Octavian,
isn't it? Really?
Yeah. It's a very good point. Yeah, Octavian here, he finds a signal transmitter on the outside of your vehicle. That's it's scavenged tech. It's pinging somebody else, and
that's embarrassing. Sorry about that.
No, we're thinking
happens
maybe
from time to time. We get the odd scaver gangs. They'll slap a magnet or something under one of the vehicles, and it's got a tracker on it.
Sakar pops him in the forehead. He goes, "No, listen. You got to listen up here. This is the Inquisition here talking."
Sorry, like official.
You can talk to me.
Right.
You can talk to me.
No, my bad. No, it's all right.
Or you can talk to the father and his flamer. You know what I'm saying?
No, crack on. Do your thing.
So, we want to know. We got to understand, Corporal, that you're not involved in this little shenanigan going on here. Because I'm here to tell you, the father, I've seen him burn people left and right for not so much as failing to say the emperor fast enough. So
it can't be me, can it? Why would I booby trap my own vehicle? Plus, this is only the third time I've ever driven Bertha. 2, I don't know what cabin's getting attached. Tertius, yeah, I've heard of them, but I was busy having my leg blown off, so I was probably a little bit too busy to be messing with stuff. So it's not me.
That doesn't sound too far off there. Can I roll an insight check to see if I'm buying what he's putting down?
Yeah, sure.
Can I spend a glory on this?
There's no shortage of it.
All right. So much glory. And what's the difficulty?
3. He's quite a simple chap.
7 successes.
Yeah, this guy would struggle to lie to a gerbil.
Hey,
To be
Corporal,
fair,
I wanted to make sure myself, because I didn't want you to have to talk to Mr. Battle or the father. So we're good. You and I, we're good.
no, you're not wrong. Yeah, if I have to be questioned by the Inquisition, that's the easiest I've ever heard of it being done. Not my style, not a thing I would do. I am a loyal subject of the Empire.
Yeah,
And
he turns
Emperor's
right
great, you know.
Emperor, exactly, and Emperor's great. Omnissiah is great, but don't say the two of them together around the father. He gets very upset about that.
No, you're right. I don't really understand the Omnissiah stuff. It's all a bit technical for me. I had a look at their book once. Lots of numbers, very complex.
Between you and me, Corporal, I had never heard of the Omnissiah until Octavian told me about him a couple of days ago.
Lots of maths.
I don't get it. But Octavian, he's all good. The Corporal here, he's on the up and up. He doesn't know what's going on.
No, not I. Whew. Cool. Survived the brush with the Inquisition. Whew.
That is a relief to know.
So far. Because, I mean, I've been working with one for a couple of days now, and I'm more afraid of them than I am of anything else we face. And apparently we face Chaos Marines.
Well, I think that's the idea. You're supposed to be more afraid of them. It's like the commissars.
How can a Marine be Chaos?
Yeah, not one to ask me, Gov. Sorry.
Guardsman, are you armed?
Yes, sir.
There's a statistically high chance that we are going to be attacked. Prepare yourself.
Right, got my sidearm, but if you think we're going to be attacked, I can get up on the roof with the las gun.
Make it so.
Right, you are. I still don't know who's in charge. I figure it's probably the chap in the fancy coat, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Unless he switched to his robes.
According to what he's told me, since the other Inquisitor died, and the guy who was under the Inquisitor, the interrogator, may or may not be dead, could be a bad guy. We don't know yet, but they're all gone. So
no, your Octosire friend here, he got in touch with another Inquisitor.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. But Julius told me, I mean, Mr. Battle told me that he was now an Inquisitor because everybody else.
I don't think
dead.
It works like that. I think you have to get like a medal from the Emperor or something before you can be an Inquisitor.
Really? Because I mean, in the gangs, that's exactly how it would work. You know, the capper goes down, his lieutenants go down, the next guy, the next gang boss.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's the next guy. All the Inquisitors, I say all, both the Inquisitors I've seen have been really old. So I think it's like it's like being a general. So I'm a corporal. If the general dies, that doesn't make me a general.
That's a fair point. I hadn't really thought about it like that.
May I suggest that understanding the inquisitorial machinations is perhaps not an efficient use of our time?
I'm gonna get a las gun and go and sit up on the roof.
Sorry about that, Octavian. I get that. This is all so new to me.
Indeed.
I get carried away with it.
So over by the fire.
Thank you for your assistance.
It's been a short while now, and with a bit of scurrying, Majestus has managed to keep up with Sister Evelyn, who's just striding purposefully. She's not running, but power armor. It's got about 8 inches on you.
Does she have a cloak?
Probably.
Is it billowing?
Without a doubt. It wouldn't be a cloak, it's robes. So she's got that whole sort of triple billow.
They come under here, and then it's got like a around the leg area. If you've seen the new models, that's exactly what she looks like walking around right now.
You come up on this fire, and it seems to be set up in this big metal dish that's stood out like an old communications dish, and it's just heaped up with flammable crap that's on fire. Majestus, actually, no, you've got a mask on as well, but you can kind of smell it through the mask. It's it's got that whole tire fire smell to it. It's a faint yellowish tint to the flame from the atmosphere. And sat probably only about 10 yards away from the fire, there's a humanoid figure with cloth all wrapped around its face, bare arms, wearing these kind of thick, heavy industrial dungarees, and cleaning down what looks to be a really, really ancient stubber of some kind.
Has he noticed our approach?
He hasn't noticed your approach until
Oh,
you
wow.
walk into the light of the fire where he
At
can
which
see
point,
you. And then he
Too
kind of
late for him
looks
to do
up.
anything.
He is a very unattractive young man. Late teens, early 20s. Difficult to tell because his face has got that sort of shuffled look to it. Like someone started working on it but stopped halfway through. It's sort of mushed, a bit like a boglin, only not as attractive.
Boglins are cool.
Does he appear to have any tech on him of any kind?
He's
other than
got
the
this
pistol?
stubber rifle that he's cleaning, but the chamber's open. And he kind of looks up at you and his jaw kind of hangs open and swings ever so slightly as he does so. Like by moving the top of his head, he couldn't concentrate on the bottom of his head at the same time. And he kind of smiles. Big goofy grin. Almost the 3 teeth in there. And he waves. And he shouts into a cave nearby, "Marm! Marm! We got guests!"
I'm going to burn him.
Such a tactful approach to the locals.
He's obviously mutated.
So you just torch him, do you?
Yeah.
Crack on.
I've got a hand flamer and a flamer. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the damage of a flamer?
Like
Sorry,
10,
I haven't got my
think
book
it
in.
is.
Say again.
I think a full flamer is damage 10. Just bear with me 2 secs. I'll put it up on my computer. I normally have the rule book open.
4219.
And war gear. That's where we're going.
My little one's been reading the book and I don't always put it. So.
Flame weapons. Flamer, base damage 10.
Yeah.
ED1, shit
Extra
3,
damage.
meds 8,
ED1, what, 3?
short 4,
Short.
medium 8, long 12. So at this point, he's probably at medium range to you.
Okay.
Salvo 1.
Okay. So do you want me to roll?
Yeah. You're just going to torch the guy.
Where are we? Where are weapon skill? Is that it? No,
Ballistic
ballistic.
skill.
Ballistics.
I doubt he has much in the way of defense.
No, he's got like 1 defense from his overalls.
Oh, yeah, he's on fire.
Yowza.
I mean, I'm sure his resilience is not all that high.
I should have thought so.
No, his resilience is like... Resilience isn't armor, is it? It's based off of your stats.
Yeah.
It's stat and armor.
Let me
Yeah,
think.
stat
Let me
armor.
see. Right, his resilience is 4. His defense is 2.
So he would take away 4 of that. Jim's got to roll 1 more d6 for the flamer additional damage. He's taking at least 6 damage though.
5.
He's taking another point of damage then.
So that's 7 points of damage, you reckon?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that comes off his wounds.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, he crispies. So this gout of flame just goes straight up him.
You know when he said "Ma," where did the other did another voice answer?
No, he literally just shouted into the cave, and you set him on fire.
Right, so he shouted into a cave. Yeah.
Yep. And a figure comes running out of the cave. It's not, no.
As soon as I can, I'm pressing the trigger again.
We can't take him anywhere.
I was hoping to question these people, but it would appear that the father has other plans.
That have said, you should get some Drakari on board to lower the overall evil content of the party.
Hey, now, Sakai, he's not evil at all. He's just trying to stay alive. He is himself terrified of the father.
Well, woomph, cook him.
I'm watching.
So you want to whoomp the next one, do you, Majestus?
Yes, please.
So this slightly smaller figure comes running out. It's got what looks to be the worst summer dress, but made out of the same material as these great big flame-proof overalls. Its hair is scraped into pigtails, one up high and one down low. But it's equally as unattractive as the other one.
Burn in the Emperor's light, mutant. Shit. Can I use a glory point?
You have to use a wrath point to
Yeah, at this
reroll.
point you have to use a wrath point.
Re-roll them. Oh.
Is that
See, the
reroll
Emperor's trying to tell you something.
Is that re-roll everything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
re-roll the
all-
fails.
All your failures.
So you can re-roll the 4. Though, what's our defense value?
This
Can you
one's
read-
defense value is only 1.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Doesn't even get time to scream. The next one comes running out and you just kind of walk fire from one to the next. And this smaller figure just goes up in a gout of flame as well. And from inside the cave, you hear screaming.
Oh, this is where you need some hand grenades.
I've got some.
Luckily, you're a 20-minute walk away.
Yeah.
Let's fill the cave with fire then. Oh, and in fact, no. I'm going to turn to the sister, as in not to look for advice, but to look rather smug.
You can't see the sister's face. She's in a helmet.
Would you like to question whatever's left in the cave before I burn the lot of them?
Something tells me, Father, that they will not be compliant.
Oh, they've just seen probably their mother and their father die. I'm sure they will be.
Father, those two people were young. And the young man before you cooked him shouted, "Mum."
Yeah, but they're mutants, aren't they? So
I wasn't. I'm sure I will trust your judgment, Father.
indeed,
Would you like to proceed inside the cave then?
not
Father?
not my judgment. The Empire, Emperor's.
Of course, Father. The Emperor's judgment.
So yeah, I'll light the flamer up a little bit to give it a little bit of warmth, and we'll walk into the cave.
So you walk into this cave, and the first thing you notice is that there's fabric, so this fire retardant fabric draped in thick layers hanging over the front of it. It's kind of pulled back on one corner where this smaller humanoid has come from. And then inside you've got boxes making like a narrowed entranceway. So you've got almost a porch area with a narrow entrance and then these stacks of boxes that create a doorway deeper into the cave. And you can see lights coming from further inside the cave as well. And that's where the screaming is coming from. The boxes look like standard Imperial cargo boxes.
I'll keep my wits about me in case there's any sort of thing ready to jump out on me, or I thought we'll follow further into the cave.
So you step sort of further into the cave, and A blast from a gun hits the ground in front of you. You stop there!
Instantly, the sister stands in front of the father, taking up a defensive stance and shielding him with her body.
You killed my boy!
In the name of the God Emperor, reveal yourself.
Not if you're going to set me afire too.
You are a mutant.
We just lives here. This ain't mutation. This is just the price of living in the wilderness.
Father.
Yeah. Flame on. I'll light them up.
And sister steps aside, knowing full well the fire's coming.
Yeah, so you basically just jet flame into the opening here. So I'm going to give them a chance to shoot back at you. Do. Weapon skill 7. So that's
Whom is she firing at?
He's firing at the father.
At the father.
2, 3.
4 successes will certainly be
enough to get past your defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that include my Rosarius?
Now, your Rosarius will be your armor that takes off damage.
Right.
Okay, so what's your defense, Jim?
1.
1. Okay, so that's 2 past your defense. The weapon does 7 + 1 ED.
So roll 1d6.
Me.
Nope.
No. Ben for the extra damage. So it does another 2 points of
2
damage.
points of damage. So 9 points of damage minus your resilience.
And my resilience is 5.
So you take 4. You take 4 wounds.
What's your toughness, Jim? Because your Rosarius should give you more defense than that.
My toughness is 4.
It does. So your toughness is 4, so that should be 4 resilience straight off the bat.
Right.
And then you should get something from your Rosarius, which, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get to the armor section of the. So you have, where is Rosarius? Where is it? Rosarius. You have an armor value of 4 from your Rosarius. And the reason Rosarius is so good is because AP does not affect your armor rating. So if a las cannon hits you with -5 AP, it doesn't affect your armor because it's invulnerable. So
Right,
you should have a resilience of 8 if your toughness is 4.
Yowza, so you only take 1 wound then.
Okay.
And you can roll determination to shift that over to shock if you want to.
So
No.
that's resilience of 8.
You should have a
Yes.
resilience of 8, yeah, because it should be your toughness plus your armor rating.
It's not letting me change resilience.
It won't. You'll need it in your gear. You'll need to put your Rosarius and then equip it.
Oh, okay. Gear. Rosarius is equipped.
What stats have you put in it? Have you just written it down?
I think I've just written it down.
Yeah. So go into the box. It'll ask you what the stats are.
Into what box? Sorry.
So if you click into where it says armor and it says Rosarius, if you click into it, it'll open up a text box, and then you'll see there's a button that says stats.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it'll ask
rating.
you. It'll say rating. So put rating of 4 in there, and then click the invulnerable box for yourself as well, because it's an invulnerable armor, so it can't be affected by AP.
Okay.
And then that should update your resilience then.
Right. Jim.
All right, so you take 1 wound instead then, Jim.
That gives me resilience of 9. Is that right?
Yeah, that should be right, because it's your toughness plus your tier plus your armor.
And that's Rosarius's mean.
Yeah.
That is a tasty bit of kit.
Mm-hmm.
That's like almost as good as your armor, isn't it?
Yeah, because ultimately my armor gets affected by AP, whereas
Yeah.
his does not. So
Well-
if he gets hit by a las cannon, he's fine. If I do, I might be a little bit toasty.
All right, so Dan, what you want to do?
I mean, she's fired at the priest now, so now I have to kill her.
Okay.
I mean, it's the duty of the sisters of battle, unfortunately.
Seems fair. Remember, you're at +1 difficulty on all things, and we'll make it so we'll call it difficulty 5 because you're also shooting into darkness.
Difficulty 5. It's more based on her defense rating, though, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
So
Her defense is 3.
so we'll call it defense 5 then. If that's what you're saying from defense 3, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Sounds like Wild Boar.
Yeah, 5. I only got 3 successes. I will use a wrath point. Oh, I should have aimed as well. Never mind. I'll use a wrath point to re-roll that. /3d6. I think I missed with 3, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes.
/ roll 3d6. Let's see what I got in there.
3 or 3
Yep.
and 4.
Well, I only
One
got
more
one
success.
more success. So it's only 4 successes, so I done it. I wasn't feeling that convicted about murdering a woman.
So
apparently.
you fire a bolt off into the darkness. She's clearly stood not where you thought she was. And switching back to them. And a hulking shape comes charging out of the shadows directly at you, Dan.
Mhm.
So what are we doing? We are it's a physical attack based on its strength, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's weapon skill first.
Yeah. Okay.
If they're not armed or anything, it's strength
6.
flat.
Do I know if your armor is fireproof?
My armor is not fireproof.
Okay.
That's a terrible roll.
That would be no successes. You should
So
roll
this
really-
hulking figure with bits of metal attached all down the left-hand side of it comes charging out of the darkness towards you. But because of the flames, it's charging towards an optical illusion where it thinks you are and misses you. Kind of runs past, roaring and howling as it does so. You can see that it's got the same messed up face, but it looks like it's got almost cybernetics attached to it. But we're talking serious back alley cybernetics. This
Wow.
is not the work of a professional. So initiative bounces back to you, Jim.
Okay. He's going to get burnt. What was the ED of the flamer?
ED flamer is 1. You put it in the gear, you put it into your gear so you can click on it from your gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's much easier.
what's its range?
4, 8,
4, 8,
12.
12. I knew a thing with numbers.
Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. Getting all excited. Let's give it some. Roll. No, that's wrong, isn't it? No, please ignore me. That's wrong. Or
Is
is it?
that wrong? No, that's right.
No, that's right.
Okay.
It's correct. Yeah.
Defense is 3
I believe you have to beat their defense, not equal it.
and resilience is 5.
Have we got any wrath points that are going spare?
The
Wrath
wrath points
are on your
own.
character.
Ah, I am so.
You should have had 2 at the beginning. You've already
Yes.
used 1.
Yeah, that's right. Do they upgrade every game?
Yeah, they replenish every session.
Okay, we'll Wrath. And as if by magic, it happens again.
No. So clearly, the moving target presents a lot more of a challenge to you.
I'm trying to miss the sister. That's what it is.
You're like walking fire with your flamethrower, but because he's running, it's like you're following him with the flame. And you can see this guy with this one long metallized arm and cheap, shunky cyberware running and roaring as he goes. So we'll bounce back to...
Does anyone object to me using a glory point to interrupt the combat here?
Ooh, look at you.
I'll use a glory point to interrupt the combat. I will use an act of faith to activate divine guidance upon myself. So it'll be double my rank bonus in my ballistic skill. What is my DN now? Now she's in the light. Or
She's not in the light. This is a different thing. This isn't Mom.
Oh, this isn't Mom. This is something else completely different. Okay. Yeah. Then is my...
So your difficulty will be based on defense?
Yeah, defense +1 because you're making it more difficult.
So you're going for 4s then.
Okay, lovely.
So difficulty is 4.
Yeah, so okay, that's fine. That's no problem. Because I've got a lot more to put in there now because we are rank 2. So I will get an additional 4 dice in that pool. For I am holy. That'll be 7 successes with 2 possible shifts. So I will shift both those to damage.
Right.
So that I can still...
And a critical hit.
Yeah. Oh, I get to roll on the critical hit table. That's exciting. Not got to do that before. It's not doing it though. It's 2d6, isn't it? Or is it d66? And she'll be much closer, won't she? Or it will be really close.
This one is a boy.
He will be really close, won't he?
Yes.
And I have to roll 2d6 for some reason. It's not rolling my rapid fire because I now know how my rapid fire works on this gun. Right, there we go. Let's see, what did I get there? So I get another 2 points of damage. So it suffered damage 11.
Has a resilience of 5.
13. And then what's the critical? What's that? I've got to roll. Is it
D66?
It's a roll D6.
Critical.
Yeah. 44.
44 is a visceral blow. Crimson showers the ground. The battlefield is a gory spectacle of spilled blood and unsure footing. Target suffers 1 mortal wound. Each character engaged with the target must pass an agility test. No one is. For every glory you spend, the target suffers +1 mortal wound, and you can pick an additional effect, prone or 2 shock.
Oh, wow. How much glory we got in the pool right now?
Upload.
Okay, can I spend
Use
2?
as much as you like.
Can I spend 2 glory points to add 2 mortal wounds and make it prone, please? So I ultimately take...
Have you guys been taking the glory points off? Because I haven't, and I'm rubbish.
Oh, you're not? Okay. Well, let's put it down to...
I'm going to take it down to 6, and down
I
you
don't
spent,
think
say you
we've
spent
been
2.
adding it on neither, but
Yeah.
I know
So-
I've made a couple of rolls tonight that's added it.
Yeah, so ultimately it's taken... Oh, I shifted 2 to damage as well, didn't I? So that's 2, 11, that's 13, 15 damage plus 3 mortal wounds. That's 18 damage, 3 of which can't have any resilience against it. So what was his resilience, you say? Or its resilience?
It's not good enough for that. Its resilience was 6.
6.
No, wait, wrong one. My bad. Hang on. Its resilience was 5. Bugger.
5. So it's just taken 13 points of damage.
You cut it in half with bolt of fire. The legs continue running for
As
a
the
few paces as
glow
the
of the Emperor's
torso
light.
slumps down in a puddle of its own guts. And that cybernetic arm is just servoing like crazy, spinning it round and round as it shouts, dying in a puddle of its own gore.
Destroy the mutant in the Emperor's name. She
Can I
turns.
chainsaw the arm off?
Can you what?
can we chainsword the cybernetic armor?
Do you have a
Yeah,
chainsaw?
when you feel like it. There are still others in the cave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you've only taken care of 3 of them so far.
Kumbaya, my lordy.
I mean, that one was probably the toughest. Oh, no, wait, there's Mom.
The Emperor's light shines upon me.
A voice from the back of the cave says, "We surrender. Please show mercy."
Come out with your hands in the air. There.
Hands in the air.
And from the back of the cave comes a really, really ugly old man in what looks to be a homemade wheelchair of some kind. And he wheels his way out. It's just got a squeaky wheel.
Sounds like we've got a piggy.
But he wheels himself forward and then he puts his hands up. And then he wheels himself forward and puts his hands up again. It takes him a little while to sort of squeak his way forward. And he stops.
There's plenty more of you back there?
You can see he's got a little tube going over his ear and into his nostrils.
Is there any more of you at the back there? Are you going to come out into the light? Not you. Stay there.
So he's wheeled himself right forward, right next to you.
Oh, I'm going to back up a little bit. He ain't going to come anywhere near me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to bomb you.
Well, yeah. That's what I was just about to do.
But if the woman's not coming out, I'm just about to light him up.
Okay, wait. Let him blow you up first.
Not poo.
Sorry, you got Rosarius. You'll be okay. To be honest, I
This
thought
guy
it was very
can't fight you in hand to hand.
that was very restrained of Jim. I thought he was just going to light him up straight away.
Well, I'm waiting for both of them to come out, and then I was just going to burn them both.
Oh, the logic of Jim.
Okay, how do grenades work then, Dan? Run me through this. Because
It
it
depends
depends
on
his
the type-
chair. He doesn't have to throw it.
It depends on the type of grenade he's got strapped to himself, whether it's a frag or a crack grenade or something special.
We're going to go with a frag grenade.
Okay, let me find grenades.
Page 10.
They're on page 220. Does
Damage
damage
10,
10,
no AP.
ED4.
Well, like I said, so a crack grenade it was more directed, and a frag grenade is large explosion.
Yeah, it's different
And-
size of blast, isn't it?
Yeah. So
It's
one of them-
blast 6.
So that basically
It just
determines
kind of
the-
goes off. It's not like he's
Yeah.
throwing it or anything.
Yeah. So
Because he's sat on it.
So, well, sorry, what kind of grenade is he using?
Crack. Frag, sorry. Frag.
Frag. Yeah. So it's blast 6. That's basically its radius, meter wise. So it's probably going to hit both of us.
Yeah, he's close enough to hit you both.
Yeah. And then it's damage 10.
Yeah.
And extra damage dice 4.
Okay, so the damage comes off of your defense and then your resilience, one assumes.
Resilience first, yeah. 'Cause it's prob-
Resilience, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you roll your four extra dice. We'll see if it does any additional damage. So let's see what dice you got. So it does an
4
extra
and a 6.
3 points of damage.
So
it does
13 points of damage.
So I shall roll determination and shift as many of that over to my shock as I can. What have I got? Shock 4. So let's shift some of that over. Cool.
Bernardo.
I'm going to shift 2 of those over into shock. And I'll take two wounds.
Okay.
Can I do the same?
Yep. So you've got a determination at the top of your thing, top of your combat page. You need to roll that. Oh wow! You can shift as much as you have shock. You can't go down to shock 0, otherwise you run away like a big Ghostbusters.
I've got 5 shock. Is that right?
Yeah, that would be set up for your character.
So what, you can shift 4 of them as shock?
Yeah.
Okay.
So your resilience 9, so you would have taken
4.
damage. So
But you shift all of
you
it
can
into
shift all
shock.
4. Yeah, you can shift all of it.
So
shock
you
and
are
not take any wounds.
uninjured, but a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
Then it is your go, though, Jim.
Oh,
As this old man in his chair just kind of explodes in front of you, showering the pair of you in more gore and viscera and bits of shrapnel.
I'm going to press the trigger of my flamer and keep it pressed and just walk forward into the cave, waving it like, side to side. So if anything's in front of me, it's going to get burned.
All right, make a roll at difficulty 7 on your flamer then, and we'll see if you hit anybody.
Right. So if I go to flamer, difficulty number 7, yeah?
Yeah, because you're just kind of shooting blind into the darkness.
Yep. That's cool.
You can take a point of glory. Oh no, I was going to say before you start.
Oh, something unexpected happened.
Who could have predicted?
The flamer explode.
God, I hope not.
Would be bad.
Roll a.
Can I use glory to offend that?
No.
Not at this point. Roll a d6. A physical mishap occurs. So as you're walking forwards with your flamer, you slip in a puddle of old man guts. And one foot slides forward and you shoot upwards with the flamer. And you just kind of shower the ceiling with fuel, lighting up the whole room. You don't hit anybody, but you're now laying on the floor. So you have the prone condition.
Okay.
And this guy's going to try and shoot you.
Is it a little bit like a bit of a scene out of Flashdance?
I don't know, a bit more carry on than Flashdance, I think. Threes aren't successes, are they?
No.
A 5, a 4, and a 5. So 3 successes.
Now I'll certainly get through his defense.
Get through your defense. What is your defense?
His defense is 1.
His defense is 1, so that's 2 extra dice. Or is it just 1 extra dice?
It'll tell you how many extra dice you get on with the weapon.
It just says +1, so 1
Yeah,
extra
that's
dice.
1 extra dice.
So no, that doesn't do any extra
No,
points of damage.
so-
So it's just a flat damage of his gun.
That would be a flat damage of 7,
And then it'll do
which
nothing
won't
to.
do anything to you, Jim. Yeah, an auto pistol fires at you out of the darkness and does nothing. Dan,
I see the muzzle flash.
you do.
I kill the muzzle flash. So once again, using another faith point to act of faith, Emperor, guide my aim. Send from your sight this mutant.
I'm going to
Suffer
stop
not.
sending T-rated enemies against you guys, I think.
And she enacts divine guidance again for a second time and unleashes her bolt gun yet again.
These guys were supposed to be a challenge to the whole party.
Oh, well, I apologize in advance for
Not your fault.
Sorry,
Mine. The blame is all on me.
When you started using explosives, I thought you were getting one back on me for that door.
Oh, that door.
My most aggressive monster.
The most damage you've ever inflicted in Woofrup, and it was an exploding door. No, I blame Lewis entirely for that. It wasn't your fault.
I am going to re-roll with my Wrath die because I don't want the complication. Actually, to be fair, all the complication would do is empty my clip.
You can't re-roll.
No, I just realised that I can't re-roll it anyway. So anyway, let's roll some damage.
You're going to run out of ammo, mate. That's going to be terrible.
No, don't worry. I've got loads of extra clips with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
I've
the
got
big nap-
three.
Oh, where have you gone? Complication
Got a big
table.
knapsack.
Because complications can be more than that. I had the table a minute ago. 163. There we go.
Generally speaking, with rapid fire weapons, if you get a RAF complication, it's you clip empties.
Generally speaking, yeah, but I got a D6 table with an optional rule here, so let's do that.
Okay.
So you rolled a 4.
Yeah, that was just extra damage because it's not
Okay,
picking up my
sorry.
rapid fire 2 for some weird reason. So it's taken 12 damage.
All right, and then roll a D6.
Roll a D6. / Oh, roll D6.
6.
5.
The environment changes. Masonry. Oh, wow. Rocks fall. Everyone dies. Nice. The environment changes. Masonry collapses, revealing another path or a potential foe. The terrain becomes difficult, flooded, or visibility lowers. So from the flame on the roof and your shot, how much damage did you do?
I did 12 damage.
That is, he's not walking away from that.
Sorry, Ma, but you're
So no, that was Jeb.
Oh, sorry, Jeb. Whoever it was whose muscle flash came out of the light darkness.
It's literally just Marm left. You've killed all the others.
Excellent. And as like my sort of like movie action, I shall position myself between
Did
the
you
priest.
blow big chunks out of the wall, causing a bit of a rock slide over on the wall, turning it into difficult ground to move upon?
Excellent.
Right, come on, Marm. I believe in you. You can do the thing. Right.
I shall allow myself to bolt.
None of you have the chaos keyword, do you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, there is one of our group that's working on it, but
Rack
of-
out that corruption.
An
As of right now.
interaction attack. What the hell is interaction
I
attack?
think it's still a valid question. You know, if they're
I'm
the
gonna
Emperor's
boost
angels,
that.
how did they fall to chaos?
Yeah.
Interaction attacks are like aiding someone or, intimidating somebody in combat, I think.
Right, okay, so from the darkness, a voice cries out, "Kneel before the dark gods!" Now, that's one. How much does a 6 get you? Is it 2 successes? Yeah.
2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, I can see.
5 successes there then.
What's this for?
An intimidation. No, sorry, a persuasion. Any target affected by that is prone.
So it's like a psychic compulsion?
Yeah, it's like a psychic compulsion to throw yourself on the floor.
Is it actually a psychic attack?
Oh, yes, it is.
Then, as a reflective action, I shall spend a faith point with Shield of Faith, and I shall ignore the psychic power or effect.
And sorry, it's not 3 successes, it's 4, because I missed out one of the things.
For it matters for not, for I ignore the psychic attack. For I am a sister of battle, and we suffer not the witch.
Okay, well, Jim, you're already prone, so that was a useful waste of my time, wasn't it?
However, I'm down to 1 faith point remaining out of my 4.
Dan, can you do me a quick favour? Would you please have a look at the following abilities? Because I've not got my book, some shit.
Yeah.
Fiery, Invective, and Arsonist. I've not been using them.
Okay. Do we know what page?
I think we could all argue that you have been using arsonist.
Yes. Actually, I think I was looking for arsonist last time, and I couldn't find it in the book.
I believe Arsonist is in another book. Can't remember.
If it's in another book, I won't be able to tell you because I've only got Wrath and Glory. Let's go. It's an ability, I assume.
Fortunately, we have an Aaron.
I do have the other book. Let me pull it up.
I've also got Flagellant as well, which I did this morning. So I think that gives me bonuses as well or something like
Yeah,
that.
you took a wound
it
as
does.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I love it when there's a little chart next to my page beside it. There it is. Talents. Talents.
6 successes then, Jim, to shoot you.
To shoot me.
Oh, no, that's 6 damage. My bad.
The sister is standing in front of him at this point in time.
4 success. Oh, okay. Well, sorry then, Dan. It'd be 7 successes to hit you.
Yeah, no, I've only got a defense of 2, so it definitely hits me.
And then damage is 7 plus 1 is 8.
Nope.
Nope.
Resilience 10. Just bounces off my ceramite
Auto
armor.
guns like spang off your armor. I should have used the kill them all ability. It's a bit late now because there's no one else left to use it on. And they were trying to lure you in by pretending not to be chaos monsters. Didn't work on Jim. The Emperor guides and protects, Jim.
The Emperor guides and protects. You're not wrong.
He warmed me in a special place before I come down here, if you remember.
And then you warmed them in a special place. Just
Yeah.
all over. So, Jim, it's your go. Remember, you are prone, however.
Can I get up them?
No, because you're currently kneeling before the dark gods.
Challenging with his mind.
Can I not break that?
Oh, you can try.
Yeah, I'll break that. Or we'll try and break it.
Let's have a psychic mastery roll to push back on that then.
Okay.
And your difficulty on it is going to be 5.
Okay. Well, do you want me to write? Well, no, it's the same thing, isn't it? 3 successes, 3 failures.
Yeah.
And 1 wrath complication. So fiery invective means you can preach the word of the Imperial Creed as a free action once per combat. You and all your allies with the Imperium keyword heal 1d3 plus your rank in shock.
Ooh,
Okay.
Make a
Nice.
1d6 roll, please, Jim. Oh. Your Rosarius blinks out. Ooh. Temporarily. Maybe it could be fixed. Who knows?
Could I shoot my gun?
Emperor's light has left it.
You can shoot your gun.
No.
Difficulty 5.
Okay.
just
Real
to
quick,
make-
Jim, arsonist, you keep starting fires and they burn long into the night. When you inflict the on fire condition, your victim suffers an additional plus rank mortal wounds at the start of each of your turns. The
You're a
DN for
fire
the
starter, twisted fire starter.
The DN for the athletics test for your victims to remove the condition is also increased by plus rank.
Oof.
So you do an additional 2 ranks of mortal wounds, and their athletics test goes up by DN goes up by 2.
Okay.
Thankfully, no one as of yet has managed to survive the fire that they've been put on. They've all just been dead.
Can I spend glory to make this better roll, or
You can spend a glory to give yourself extra dice. Just make sure you
Yeah.
spend it out of the pool.
yeah, I'll do that. I can't. It won't let me take any out of the pool. Oh well.
There you go.
Can I just ask, Jim, are you about to set fire to the thing that's in the background where I'm standing right in front of you? Are you poking the flame right between my legs?
Yeah. Round the side of you.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you're not about to set Sister Evelyn on fire.
On your left,
So how many
Flamer
dice
comes
does
out.
that give me?
If you spent a glory, it's a dice for a glory point.
extra dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So put an extra dice in your pool.
Oh, okay.
4 successes. Defense is 3, resilience is 6.
So
Base damage is 10, right? Plus 1 ED.
plus 1 ED, yeah.
So 4 gets through 3.
Minimum.
So you've got plus 1 ED.
So just roll 1d6,
Yeah.
Jim.
Okay.
You should be able to set that up in the weapon, to be fair.
Yep.
I'll show you how to do that later.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's right. It just means there's automatically a thing there that says roll damage, which lets you roll it.
So 1 extra point of damage.
So that's 10 plus 1 is 11. Armor of 6.
And she's on.
Now she is on fire. But this is where your punking animator comes into play. Because that does not enough damage to kill her.
So she's on fire. She'll take an additional +2 mortal wounds
She will
every
take an
every
additional
turn.
+2 mortal wounds. So she will die next round, but does get to do something first. I think she is going to whip out her chainsword and use it on Sister Evelyn. So
And one.
slash roll.
Fist her with your power fist.
That's a shit roll if ever there was one. I can spend ruin, can't I?
Yep.
To re-roll.
Yeah, let's do that.
You don't need to. Oh, okay. You'd already rolled 3 successes at that point, so you were already going through my armor.
Okay.
My defense level, sorry.
But I
Okay.
wanted more.
You got 5 now.
You got 5 now. It doesn't matter. You beat my defense level.
I know,
so-
but it's the thought that counts.
Oh, it's the thought that
I
counts.
mean,
Right,
you're
fair
going to
enough.
kill her in action. So let's at least get something out of this.
Okay.
So that's ooh,
It's her strength plus the damage of the chainsword. So what's her strength?
strength is 3, but she does 8 plus 4 with the chainsword. So that's 1, 2, 3 plus 8 is 11.
11. So I take one point of damage.
Yes. Yeah, look at that. You got chainsworded.
Barely.
Go on then, finish it off.
Well, she's in combat now, so I can't use my bolt gun anymore. So I've only got a knife, so it's actually not.
But she is on fire.
Yeah, I know. But
This is like you're fighting an evil nanny og here.
Okay.
This is grotesquely misformed, rapidly crispifying mutant grandma.
Oh no, poor lady. I will aim for an extra dice. I'm going to try and stab her because combat is not where Sister Evelyn has the best of skills.
But literally any damage will kill.
Never mind. I really stab her. How many did I need? She's got defense 3, isn't she?
She's got defensive 3
So I'm
and
going to
resilience
shift.
of 6.
I'll shift my 2 shifts I've got to damage, and I do an additional point of damage. So in total, she takes 7 damage plus 3.
Ouch. All right, make
10
a
damage.
d6 roll as well then.
Break my knife. Isn't it? Oh, on d6. Boom. 2.
2. Yes, you stick the knife right in the top of her head so hard that it crushes her head down, impacts her spinal column, snaps your knife off inside her skull.
That's my father's knife.
Well, attachment.
It's to remind me of his heresy.
Well, there you go.
Backstory. But now the backstory will never be fully realized.
Well, it still can be because you've still got the hilt.
And Jim, Ben,
Yes.
combat complications are actually on page 191, and they're
Right.
a D66 roll, and they're much worse than
They are
standard
much.
complications.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, they are much worse. Well, we'll use them next time. Nice. There's me using regular complications. Rookie mistake.
Rookie. Anyway, yeah. She can keep the knife.
Snap.
Snap. And she kind of collapses to the floor in a burny heap. The cave is actually quite well lit now because someone set the entire ceiling on fire.
The Emperor.
That's who it was. So, Jim, you sort of pull yourself to your feet now that the mesmeric spell of the ruinous powers has been lifted from you by the Sister of Battle.
Sister's given a prayer to the Emperor for helping her to deliver the mutant and the heretic from yet another one of his beautiful worlds. And she's going to sort of dust off her armor a little bit. She's got some scrapes and some cuts, but overall she's all right.
A chainsword stuck in your shoulder plate.
Well, she'll remove that. You hear some pistons as it kind of leverages
It's not
out.
pretty chainsword. It's not like one of those nice swishy ones. This is
she
like
will
a
throw it straight into the fire, for it is a weapon of heresy.
gas-powered monstrosity.
It's a weapon of heresy, and she throws it in the fire.
Meanwhile, back at the van, they've been gone for quite some time now.
And Sakar is taking a nap because this is the first time he's felt relaxed and comfortable since he joined this group.
Would I see any gouts of flame from where we are?
2K.
Make an awareness check.
Okay.
Just Simon.
Oh look, I got a wrath critical.
6 successes.
Yowza. Yes, clearly something exciting is happening up there. There's flashes coming from over in that direction.
Okay.
The brightness outside is brighter, and you're getting occasional flashes still from inside as well.
I'll just say I think everything's okay up there.
You just hear snoring coming from across Sakar's lone Voxcaster.
Dan, do you want to do anything? Okay, back in the cave. Jim.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a mess. You're covered in gore and burns.
But it's glorious.
But this place has been purged.
Okay.
What do the two of you want to do?
I imagine we share a look of not smugness, but like we've done the Emperor's work today.
Absolutely.
In fact, the sister even takes her helmet off for just a split second to smell the burning heresy before putting the helmet back, giving a smile to the father and then putting the helmet back on. And just saying, we have served the Emperor and the faith today. We should return to our group.
Yes.
Are you looking around or just walking it?
We'll have a look round for any
more heretical stuff we can burn.
Yeah.
Well, looking around, you can see that in here there are a couple of stubbers. There's the chainsword, none of which are particularly clean or pleasant. This appears to be the home of some kind of clan of some kind. There's like household goods, stuff scavenged from traders and passers-by, and out the back you find a larder which horrifies and disgusts you. Hanging in the larder you can find bits of people, some whole torsos, some just limbs. No heads remain.
Sister Evelyn just goes, Father.
Burnt.
That's all she needed to say.
Bubbling away on the stove, you find a couple of human feet cooking in some kind of stew.
Yeah, we're going to cook it in flame as well. So.
Yeah.
I just suggest to the father that we should back out of this cave and just set it on fire.
So you back out, just torching everything.
Yes.
So Julius, in the distance, you see these two little shadows appear in front of the fire. And about 20 minutes later, they return.
One lot taller than the others. I shall.
They have been in the wars.
I shall inwardly bemoan myself for not firing my big gun.
Majestus is covered in blood and gore and burn marks. Sister Evelyn has got auto gun pock marks on her armor and a big chainsword gash in one shoulder plate.
I shall call Octavian.
They have clearly seen some shit.
Octavian, your services may be required.
Indeed.
I'm gonna give Octavian my present to him. The cyber arm.
He hands you this cyber arm that he's chainsworded off of this other guy. It's the shittest cyberware you've ever seen. This looks like someone once described cyberware to someone else, and they tried to make it.
It's the thought that counts, I guess.
I mean, it's groundbreaking in its awfulness, but this is absolutely heretical, awful stuff. It has no machine spirit.
Whoa!
It's literally an appendage of rage and destruction.
Yes, I'm not going to tell the priest that, he's been holding a heretical item because he just won't understand.
Yeah, this would absolutely qualify in your book as heretic.
Yeah. I'll destroy it.
The Emperor has seen fit to deliver us our victory today. We have purged chaos from the plains of this planet. Blessings on us.
Can I make a roll to see if I notice that she's lost her knife?
You can make an insight roll, I suppose, because you'll have to hold it differently or carry it differently because it won't fit in a holster anymore.
Oh, she left the whole thing behind.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, she has no knife then?
No, in that moment, she decided that was the Emperor telling her to let go.
So I have success, because it's just a mono knife, isn't it?
It wasn't even that, it was just a knife.
Just a knife.
Okay.
It didn't even look particularly of anything.
So I got 3. Well, I got approved. I shall pull out my mono knife and say, "You appear to have lost your knife," and I shall offer it to the sister.
And the sister holds her hand up and thanks Julius for it. But I have no need of a knife today.
I'll put it back away.
I feel like sister's going to get promoted and get like a chainsaw at some point. So she's feeling pretty good about herself. She can't wait to tell the abbess.
Just take the skeleton out and just whack the pound fist on. You saw it.
Okay.
Listen, bones.
So we shall leave you there, returning from your conflict on the plains of Gilead Primus, well on your way towards this bar that you're hoping to attend. I should probably let Pete know that we're done because I haven't done so. Hey, boss, we are done. There's a little bit of a glimpse behind the magic that is Garblag for everybody there. Don't you feel blessed? So, anybody want to do anything at that juncture?
Nope.
Dan wants to go to bed.
Which one? Probably both.
Yes.
Both of us.
Let's go through everybody, see if anybody wants to do anything. Jim?
No, I just want to clean myself up, really.
Sure. So you get to the cleaning. And...
I'm going to ask the Mechanicus chappie, Octavian, even, sorry, to have a look at me Rosarius.
Okay, cool.
So tempted not to do it.
Aaron, what does Sikaar want to do apart from have a snooze?
So, I mean, that's it. Until he gets woken up, he is having probably the first perfect night's rest, probably in his entire life. He feels safe, and because he doesn't know that the father and the sister of battle are back yet. So he's out. That's it.
Julius, what does Julius want to do?
I'm still on watch, so I will continue being on watch.
Okay, you continue being on watch and whizzing around in your little seat. Dan, what's his sister Evelyn going to get up to?
She's going to wake up Sakaar because she needs help removing some of the pauldrons and stuff from her armor.
Yeah, sister. Welcome back. Did you have a nice chat with the people up on the hill?
I mean, she's covered in blood and pockmarks and frag damage and stuff. And she was like, yes, the Emperor's blessing has been delivered this day.
That's fantastic, sister. I'm so happy to hear that. You're a bit of a mess there, though.
Precisely why I have awoken you. Unfortunately, there's normally a servitor or someone who can help me with this, but I need to remove my pauldron and do some field repairs.
Oh, I'd be happy to help you, sister. You've been so kind to me over the last few days, and you haven't tried to kill me or nothing. Yet.
And then
I
at
was
that
about to say,
point,
not as young.
at that point, she just kind of points into like the clasps and stuff that she can't reach on the back and things like that. So
Sakar mentally taking notes. Okay, if the sister ever attacks me, if I press here, here, and here, she'll only be 80% as deadly.
But yes, but she'd also, the Mechanicum guy's looking at something and she kind of partially trusts Sakar. So she just needs a pauldron so she can do some field repairs.
He does the best job he can for her because he wants to stay on her good side.
Normally she would have attendees removing the pauldrons and cleaning it all up for her, but obviously she's in the field. So she makes do with what she's got right now.
And what does Octavian want to get up to?
There is a thing that I want to do with this Rosarius thing. Can I save it for next week?
Yes, you can. Means he's going to send me secret messages.
I am going to send you a secret message, yes.
If the priest ever attacks me. I must admit, I did that once in a Star Wars game. I knew there was a fight coming between me and one of the other players. So I took the GM aside and put explosive bolts in all of his joints.
Yeah, but you've never had Darth Vader jump onto your spacecraft, did you?
In the game we were playing, I was the equivalent of Darth Vader at that point.
I personally pooped myself.
Understandable,
I'd
to be
get some
fair.
wet wipes and clean the seat up.
That was a wonderful episode. I love that show.
Right, well, everybody gets 30 XP once more, which means that when you get a chance to
rank
rest up,
3.
you can tier up, I believe, to tier 2.
No, rank 3.
Rank 3.
Rank 3.
Definitely
Tier
hit
1,
rank 3.
Yeah. I think the next one's next tier up.
How much XP should we have in total?
How does
100
the
At
tier,
this point.
how does the
Sorry?
tier up work?
100 XP in total.
There's like a tier package you have to characters unlock, and it can take your tier 1 to a tier 2 and so on.
Oh, so you have
Yeah,
to have a
you
certain
have to-
number of.
Yeah, you have to meet the minimum experience point, the minimum stat and skill requirements for that.
You
package.
have to have hit at least 100 XP.
Yeah.
And meet the minimum stat package for what you want to go to.
How do you put some in the spent column?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it to work.
You put it in the total, and then if you actually go into your stats and skills and you use the middle column, that's the column that uses experience. So you increase that, and it'll automatically deduct your. So if you look on under
where it says 0 under your strength, that's got advances in it. So if you put an advance in something, it levels it up. Same on your stats, the middle column. So attributes, you've got 3 stats. You've got a red one, a black one, and a 0 one. The 0 one, when you put it up, it's an advance. And then in the middle column of all of your skills, that's your advances.
So yeah, now we're tier 1, rank 3.
Yes.
And once everybody selects their next the package they want for advancement, and everybody has enough experience to advance to that, then after this tier, we could advance.
Which will probably be the end of the adventure, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yes, you are tier 3, rank 1.
Tier 1, rank 3.
Tier 1, rank 3, that too.
I wonder where you find. So where'd you find tier 2 then?
Tier 2, you need to go through the rules and have a look.
Yeah,
at
there's
what you have to
there's
get.
an ascension section which
There is a whole
basically-
section on how to
Yeah.
ascend. For
The
a tier 1 to tier 2.
ascension.
Yeah, so
ascension
basically,
section.
it's for all intents and purposes, Ben decides when we go up a tier.
Advancement.
You have to hit a minimum of 100 XP to go up a tier, and then generally speaking, you have to decide sort of what archetype you're going into, and so on and so forth. Or if you want to take your current archetype on, then you can look at a stat boost system that helps you survive as a tier 2 character in the tier 2 world.
And we can discuss that between now and next week. But for now, we have been Gobbler Games. Thank you very much for coming and watching us play Silly Buggers. Check us out on Discord. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Patreon, because Pete's watching me now, so I have to do all the things.
Hey, Ben, what's happening this week?
What's happening this week? That's a good question, Jim. I'm glad you asked.
Well,
Over to Dan.
tomorrow night we have some Cyberpunk Red, which should be pretty awesome. And we're going to do some character creation using the all-out character creation system. So
none of
we're
that
looking forward to
namby-pamby cyberpunk
that.
nonsense. It's going to be full on.
Yeah. And we'll have a little catch creation and chat about what is cyberpunk and make our characters, and then kickstart our campaign if we still have time that night. But yeah, because it is a little bit lengthy, but it should be fun.
And then on Friday, running a game. Oh, North America, Thursday, Acton Cthulhu.
Correct.
Yes. And then on Friday, Nice running a game, which means I can play. So hooray for Nye. Monster of the Week on Friday. And that takes us back around to next week. But thank you very much for joining us this evening. May the Emperor guide and protect you all, or else.
Emperor protects.
Night.
Hey.